Guys, how's it going? So we are out here today to kick off a new canvas hot tent series. I'd originally hoped to start something like this a little bit earlier on in this winter season, but things just didn't line up that way. But got a really cool looking tent from KingCamp Outdoors. We'll talk about the model of this one in particular here in a second. But was bringing it in the four-wheeler using that a utility wagon, and the tree had failed, so I had to took a little bit of extra navigating it around that and getting it, because it is not lightweight. This is not something that you're going to want to just carry with you unless you have you know, an ATV, UTV truck or pack animal. Keep that in mind. But yeah, I've not even had a chance to break this thing out, so fingers crossed everything's in it. And it is going to take, you know, multiple ATV trips bringing out the gear and stuff that I intend to use, because we've got to take and get the winter well wood stove, break it back out, because it's not been used since a previous hot tent series. And I'll, you know, we'll link to everything, including that previous series, down in the video description. So let's get this bad boy open. The other thing I am concerned about, though, is if it's going to fit in this spot, because I went for the larger version just because why not, where this is like a bill type style tent. It should be really easy to put up by myself, so I thought that the larger one would be worth getting. But the storage sack and everything, like the hardware, the buckles and stuff on it, seem to be really good quality. They can get these undone right here, and these are the things that I always have to be mindful not to lose, because they're among the first things that'll disappear. And then whether you're just using this for a week trip, a festival, or a longer term setup like I'm planning, you'll want to have these whenever it comes time to pack this thing back up. It does feel nice to be revisiting this spot. Yeah, that is. And then we've got these bags. This right here should be tent stakes. Not sure if there's any variation in these, but oh, okay, those are some really nice heavy duty stakes. It looks like we've got this rubber cap that's probably going to go in the bottom. There's a secondary cap. These are the same, so one is probably for the top portion of our pole, and then one's to have on the floor. I think all these stakes are just the same size. You could take and definitely have these on hand if you needed to kill a couple vampires. Oh. Then this must be our pole. And so this one doesn't just have the center pole, but it's got like a door on it. Okay, this big girthy one should be our center pole. Trying to, the ground got a little bit of moisture in it, and I think today is the first time that we're hitting at about 38 degrees right now. Stretch out the tent, but I like doing this stuff solo just to show that it can be done with not much extra difficulty. Okay, that should for sure be the front. So this big loop portion, there's Velcro loops around. I thought there would be a metal stay or something, but I guess not. Oh wait, I see. So it's got like a metal nipple right there that goes into a grommet there. And then just these corresponding Velcro loops. Got it. Now we're good. Like what you would want to do is stake the corners out first, but real quick I'm going to go ahead and try to stand the center pole up on the inside just to see. Okay. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is a look at the back side. We did cut it really close with this tree here, but I'm not even going to worry about this last tie out point. But it's looking nice and taut all the way through. The vent up there is looking good. Oh, but there was a lot more to move and stuff than I'd initially anticipated. And with this front tie out, ideally you would normally just run these diagonal lines like this. For this one, I got it on this tree and I'm gonna tension that up some more. That's what pulls this forward. Those two other poles, I think that other piece of material over there is the awning that you can attach, but I'm honestly not going to be fooling with that right now. But this thing is just an absolute palace inside of here. We'll definitely make sure we're all good and taut on this end, because right here is where we unzip the floor area to run our wood stove. It has a really nice stove jack here, so we'll have to make another trip to go get the wood stove and everything. As far as the layout goes, the floor here slopes down ever so slightly. Before with the other tent it wasn't an issue, because where the slope was kind of really starting to be noticeable was where the cutoff was and the shape and the footprint of the tent. Where this thing is round, you have a lot more surface area, and where they have that front design with the pole pretty much like where your bedding and stuff would be, or you'd be sitting anyways against the walls. You know, you just have all this additional head space right here in the middle. You know, all these doors zip open for ventilation. I'm gonna have to do that. This one has paper because it's got the clear windows. So take and remove that paper, so even if you're stuck in here on a rainy day and you didn't want to miss out on the view, you've got these, and that material feels really, really thick and durable. So we'll get that sorted. I do like this tent has an attached floor with this fold back design opposed to the other one. And those stone pavers that I had are still down here. I'm going to see how it does in this spot without them. We've got our tried and true winter well stove. Okay, as it sits right now, it is leaning forward, so I'm going to grab them pavers and see if one or two up front will level this out, because I'd rather do that than dig back at all. I'm hoping that the inside of this is somewhat clean. Rack in place. There we go. Just want to be careful and not damage my zipper. Piecing this puzzle together. Oh, and just like that, our stove is installed. Okay, so this is how the stove situation is looking at the moment. Because of the slope and the bit, like the angle of this, it was going to be putting too much stress against the pipe. And you know, you don't want to have any air gaps or anything pop up right there, because once this gets hot, if you have too much pressure on it, it will start to bend and warp a bit. So just that's what we're going with right now, but that other one's in front just in case something was to roll out. But I do have a circular mat that I'm going to bring I'm going to have on the ground in front of it, so the stone ain't in the way and tripping over it. So the other thing is I went ahead and brought down, this is going to be the primary sleeping pad slash mattress for now. A lot of this KingCamp stuff you can get in kits. That pump come with it. And yeah, it's like a really nice double twin sized air pad that with like a 7.1 R value. So we'll do that in a second. But I got to get a fire going in this stove so we can just see how it's drawing and see how it's really going to feel in here. Got this new waterproof fire starter that I wanted to give a try. Not really necessary. I just hadn't had a chance to use one of these, because I'm also going to burn this paper. I mean, I'm going to get it out of these zip windows real quick. There we go. Remember to bring a broom early on. I will say these setting up a wall tent like this and doing the recording and everything is a lot more work than you'd think. That's why I had to take and change out when I went back to get the sleeping pad and the stove, just this JJ Smock, because that Arctis Mammoth jacket was just too warm. And like this right here for the middle of the day, even though this is a larger tent, it'll get things cooking real quick. So shove that in front. Not sure what the best approach angle is. close that up and open up the damper. One thing's roaring in the back there. And now while that fire gets to going, let's get this pad out. It takes just a few seconds really to set up once everything's inflated. Because I have cooking stuff on this at home already, because when I laid on it the first time after blowing it up, I just had to, it just felt so comfortable I wanted to immediately give it a trial run. And I like that this is a double, because that way if you're camping with a significant other or something, or a dog. And then this one has two valves right here. When I first seen it, I wasn't sure why, but that's so you can just take and fold this thing in half and roll it up and put it back in the storage bag super quick and easy. But yeah, you just want to make sure that one side's closed, and it has the multi-directional flip valve right there that rotates, so you want to turn it to the side that just lets air in and not back out. And then the pump that come with it, it has other attachments, but it's got a threaded end that fits their pad. That way you can screw it on, set it, and forget it. Just like that, we are good to go. Real quick, that right there will be sprawled out, so more than enough room for two people. Reference again, 5'10", 150 pounds exactly. So you're good. You know, I'd say up to like 6'2"-ish maybe. Yeah. Anyways. Super comfortable. You know, this does take up a bit of floor space, but there's nothing but floor space in here, especially for just me and what I'll be doing, because, you know, I'll be bringing a table, all that stuff, since part of what this is it's a nice little spot to get away to. We can cook some meals, definitely make a lot of coffee, and test out new gear and new items, stuff like that. So the wood stove is doing really good now. So yep, the wood stove is doing great. That fire starter is burning way longer than I initially thought it would. And then heading outside, I mean, it's burning so efficiently you can't really even see any smoke coming out of the top, but I think this setup is going to be a winner overall, and for this particular video, it's going to end here, and not be an overnighter, just because setting this up and that editing process is going to take a hot minute just by itself. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. I will have links to everything. If you have any questions, please let me know. Let me know the type of things you would like to see included in this series. If there was any new gear or anything like that that you would like to see integrated and tested in this setting. Other than that, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're not already, share the channel with your friends, family, anybody that enjoys good old outdoor activities and gear, and I will see y'all very soon with another one. Adios.